What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It is ItizChristion once again, and I am here for another reaction video for you guys. I see what you guys like, I see what you guys respond to, and that is a lot of the times Pawn Stars. You guys love it. You watch it a lot. You watch the Pawn Star videos a lot. And so, of course, that's what I'm here bringing back for you guys again. I'll tell you one thing that wouldn't do good at the pawn shop is my hairline at the moment. It's pretty rough. It's going to get better soon, but for the time being, it's not up to snuff. It's not rare like these items that we're about to see in this Pawn Stars compilation. Speaking of which, the Pawn Stars video that I have for you guys today is 7 amazingly rare garage sale finds. So without any further ado, go get your popcorn, go sit back, and let's watch along and see what's being brought into Rick, Corey, the old man, Chumley, and the rest of the gang. Here we go, guys. Let's get it. All right. All right, come on now.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good. You've been here before, haven't you?
Sure have.
What do we got?
Well, this is a very, very interesting find. This is called the Polish White Eagle Medal.
All right.
It's the highest medal that they can give to anybody in Poland. It's the equivalent of our Medal of Honor. It's been given to Ronald Reagan. It's been given to the Pope.
Okay, so there's a lot of them.
There's not a lot of them. I actually got it at a garage sale. When I first saw it, I had no idea what it was. I just saw that it was very ornate. And then I did some research on it later and then found out that it was probably the real deal and worth a lot of money.
That's got to be a lot of fun figuring out that, you know, something's worth a lot of money, especially when you find it at something like a garage sale, estate sale, you know, something that's just being ready to, you know, for lack of a better term, just being thrown away. And here it is, a bunch of money in your pocket.
This is pretty incredible. It's typical, like, Victorian-era European military, all the pomp and circumstance. Poland has a really interesting history. In the past, it was surrounded by Austro-Hungary, Russia, and Germany. And it's been invaded, fought over, and occupied for hundreds of years. Plus, it has tons of natural resources like silver and coal, which basically made it prime real estate for surrounding empires. It's definitely interesting, I tell you that.
It's for real
It's the
estate.
way they used to make medals back then. It's beautiful enamel work. I mean, this was a whole drawn-out process to do this. This was not something cheap to make.
Huh.
And you got well over $1,000 worth of gold. I know by just looking at the workmanship, this thing could be worth a ton of money.
That's
I've
what we
seen
like
medals
to
go
hear.
For over $20,000. But I've seen medals go for $5. It all comes down to rarity and desirability, and I'm not sure about either. Where'd you pick it up?
I got it at a garage sale.
Okay, where'd you get it
As a matter
for?
of fact, I got it for 75 cents.
Really?
No
And I
way.
liked the way it looked.
Okay, so I'll give you $1.50 for it? You tell me my money.
It's worth a lot of money.
This is really, really neat. Do you mind if I call somebody up and get them down here?
I just want to do a deal. I'm on my way to Austria, and let's just you and I make a deal.
Okay, well, how much you want for it?
$10,000.
I mean, the part that concerns me is that it's Polish. I don't know, you know,
It's not kielbasa.
I'm not an expert on Polish metals, but the workmanship and the materials tell me it's a quality piece. So my dilemma, if I let it walk, I'll probably never see anything like it again, or take an expensive shot in the dark that could pay off big time. I'll tell you what, I'll give you $5 grand for it.
I'll sell it. I'll sell it in New York. I'll take it with me and sell it in New York. I got a guy back there that might buy it.
He's driving a hard
Best
bargain.
price.
8.
Make it 6 and you got a deal.
7.
You know, I mean, I mean, it's a gamble for me. I
He'll
don't know
take
what's
it to
worth
the guy in New
It's-
York, Rick.
I'm thinking 6, I can't get hurt. I might make a home run. I might lose my ass, but I'll give you 6 grand cash and I'll take the risk.
Got a deal.
He didn't really want to take to the guy in New York.
75 cents for
He
the
didn't. He didn't really.
75
He didn't
cents.
stand on it.
I'll meet you right in front. I'll write you up.
Nah, he was
Bought it
just
for
looking for some.
75 cents. I sold it for $6,000. I feel ecstatic.
75 cents. Told me an ornate Polish medal that I think is worth a lot of money.
Let's see.
He was headed out of the country, so I took a gamble on it for 6 grand.
Let's see if he could have got more.
Now I've called in Craig to take a look at it. I just hope he doesn't tell me I'm a complete idiot.
What you got to say, Craig?
Tell me about this uber interesting medal I have. It's a Polish medal. I looked that up on the internet.
First of all, it's not technically Polish.
What do you mean not technically
Uh-oh.
Polish?
It's Russian.
Let's rush.
1795, Poland was partitioned into 3 parts: Prussia, Austria, and Russia. And Russia got the largest part. This order was founded in
That was weird.
1325, and the white eagle is basically the symbol of Poland. It's on their national emblem. But they changed it. They took the original style of the award, they put it on top of the Russian imperial eagle, which is the eagle with 2 heads.
Okay.
Okay? So now it's a Russian order. And that's what this is. This is a piece that was awarded during Russia's rule of that portion of Poland. It's a really neat, I mean, this is 800 years of history here. This medal shows just how hard Poland's had it for the past 800 years. They've constantly been conquered and reconquered and fought back for their freedom throughout their entire history. I mean, you've got the #1 Polish medal, and superimposed on it, it's a Russian eagle. They're conquerors. I mean, it makes a statement.
Wow.
I took a big shot in the dark.
How big a shot?
A $6,000 shot.
This medal was probably made in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
The company was called the House of Bolin. In fact, they were the main competitors to Fabergé, so you've got basically here a Fabergé quality piece.
I heard Fabergé in the last video.
This is just gorgeous. I'm sorry.
But how much? Quit teasing me.
$30 to $40 grand.
Oh, that guy could have stood on business. He could have got 10 grand easily out of this.
That's incredible.
But both had to
I don't
come
want
up.
to be the bearer of bad news, but the market's really thin on this. The customers who are buying these usually already have them, so you've got to really look for a customer. When one of these goes up for auction, sometimes it doesn't sell.
On one hand, I paid $6,000 for something that's worth 30 to 40 grand. On the other hand, it's no good to me if I can't find someone who's willing to buy it.
Right.
Down to business. Said the market was thin. That's true. I have a guy I know in Germany that has a box for this medal. He has the ribbon for the medal. He also has the breast star. Comes in a set. But there's a big gaping hole in his box, and it's for the neck order.
All right.
So I spoke to him. Needs to complete the set, and he wants to make a deal.
Hey, okay.
All right, so
How much do you want to pay?
How much you offering?
Can I see it again?
We looked at it for a damn hour last time you were in.
I'm sorry. Well, I'm just flipping this, right?
Okay.
I'll give you $30,000.
I'm trying to figure out a way to complain about that price.
I'm coming out swinging here because I've got it pre-sold, and I'm not making a ton here. $30,000. I'm gonna make a little. You're gonna make a lot.
30,000, you buy me dinner?
Come on now, Rick. You can afford dinner on the 30 grand.
Write me a check. Yeah,
Yeah,
write me
That
a
man's,
check.
he's a greedy man, dude.
Seriously.
Greedy man.
This turned into one hell of a business transaction.
Hey, everybody had to come up off of
75
this.
cents to 30,000. Everyone made money on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start going to more garage sales.
That's exactly my takeaway from that, too.
Got a Rembrandt sketch here.
So you know who Rembrandt is?
I mean, besides the fact that he makes toothpaste, I don't know anything else about the guy. I'm coming down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my Rembrandt etching, because honestly, I just need a little bit of extra cash.
I'm not
Try to
familiar
sell
with
this
it.
for $5,000, and the least I want to take for it is about $2,500.
Where in the world did you get this thing?
I actually came across it at a garage sale.
You came across this at a
Oh, wait,
garage
all
sale?
these are garage sale
Believe
phones.
it or not,
That's quite a piece to find at the garage sale. You mind me asking what you paid for it?
$10.
Seems like every 10 years or so,
That is a
someone
great
finds
deal.
priceless artwork
What?
at a yard sale. But $10 for a Rembrandt? Come on, why can't I find like that? Everything looks right to me. You can see the impression on the paper and everything else like that. This is an etching. What they did was they made these with a copper plate. They would ink it, and they would put it in a press and press the copper plate against the paper. But Rembrandt being Rembrandt, no one ever threw away the copper plates.
Right.
When the copper plates began to get worn out, they would start getting retouched up. Every time you do that, you're removing what Rembrandt did, and you're adding what some miscellaneous guy at a printing factory was doing.
Okay.
You take first state, which is up here.
Right.
Okay? Then second state, third state, fourth state, fifth state, like that.
Right.
I mean, if it's first state, it's worth a fortune. Rembrandt is considered one of the greatest artists of all time. His paintings are so valuable, you literally can't put a price tag on them. An etching like this can be extremely valuable, but I'm sure I can price it. It's in really, really good shape, and that's a concern I have. They hadn't perfected acid-free paper back then, and usually there's a lot more yellowing. The first thing I have to figure out is it real? It's not that I don't believe you. You know, it's just I don't trust anybody. Okay.
Yeah,
and I
fair
actually
enough.
got burned on one of these like 15 years ago.
Oh, you were never wrong.
This guy's story just seems too good to be true. I got to be very cautious. The art world is full of fakes, and I don't want to get burned. So what are we looking to do with it?
I'm looking to sell it.
Okay. How much did you want for it?
5,000.
Do you mind waiting a few minutes?
No, not at all.
Let me get this thing checked out. I got a friend. He'll run right down here for this.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks.
Let's
I
see.
can't
Let's see what
believe
it's
a
really worth.
Rembrandt just walked in my store.
Rembrandt.
I can't wait to get it checked out.
Chumley, good to see you.
Hey, bro, what's up?
I'm a fine art appraiser with Art Encounter here in Las Vegas, and I specialize in fine art. Whenever the guys have any questions about an artwork's provenance or quality or authenticity, they always call me in. This is a piece called Christ and the Woman from Samaria. The Samaritan woman who was drawing water from the well took some time and visited with Jesus. And Jesus used the well as a metaphor, saying if you continue to drink from this well, you'll go thirsty. But if you drink from my well, meaning my well of knowledge and teachings, you'll never go thirsty again. Rembrandt's incredible. I mean, without a doubt, the best
I like
Dutch
that.
artist in the history of art, a master of a lot of different media, just one of a kind. Well, it's definitely a Rembrandt image, but you wouldn't have called me if you didn't have some concern.
Yeah, I don't know what state it is. I mean, I don't know if it's the first state or like the 50 millionth state. It's a Rembrandt.
Right. And as you know, that's the problem you get into with Rembrandt etchings, is the etching plate survived a lot longer than Rembrandt did.
Right.
Nobody really knows, not even the Rembrandt experts, exactly how many of a particular image were produced. Let me take a closer look at it under a magnifying glass.
I like how knowledgeable this guy is. I mean, all the experts are, but
Rembrandt's
he
signature
really seems to
is
know.
in Jesus' cloak there, but it's very, very faint. Etching plates are only going to last a certain amount of press printings. After about 50, they deteriorate a little bit. After another 100, they're pretty much useless. So what happens is you have to do what's called restrike the etching. You have to clean it out, sometimes enhance the grooves, touch it up, and things like that. This tells me that it wasn't a restrike etching necessarily, because they didn't try to enhance the grooves, but the fact that it's a very faint impression leads me to believe that it's probably a very late third state at the earliest.
So, Brett, what do you think it's worth?
I've seen other etchings from this state sell for right around $3,000.
That's reasonable.
We've got a nice piece here. Very
Thanks,
nice.
Brett.
Hey, Rick, yeah, thanks for having
So
me.
then he's probably
Right.
going to get about
So how much do you want for it now?
8
Well, since
or
Brett said about
1,000,
3.
800,
Well,
1,000.
we know that's not going to happen.
It was worth a shot.
Okay. Will you go $1,000 on it?
Yeah, that's what I was
Might
thinking.
go about 1,500.
You have to look at them from my perspective. I'm a pawn shop in downtown Las Vegas. I'm
12?
not an art gallery on the Strip.
Right.
$1,200 is what I can do. I can't go no more.
Not even 13?
Not 13.
You'll take 12. You're going to take 12.
Definitely drive a hard bargain. I say we have a deal.
Okay, $1,200. You want to go write them up?
I get to touch it?
No. You go write them up. I'll put it away.
He seemed pretty firm on his price. I am a little bit disappointed at what I got for it, but he's got to make his money too.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hi, how are
And
you?
it was
Good to see
worth
you.
less
Good
than
to
what
see
you
again.
were
Hate
you
to
wanted
toot
to
my
sell
own
it
horn,
for.
but I think I've got something that you're really going to like today.
That's
This
the
is-
lamest joke I've ever heard you say.
I'm lame anyway. I'm old and I'm lame. You know. I'm a military collector, and I got it in a garage sale in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. I hope they get $4,000 for it, but...
This is the same gentleman that
I
had
would
the other
take
one, right?
2,000.
Definitely cool.
Back in the day, if you had a pistol,
Toot your own
you had
horn.
a musket or anything else, you had a powder horn.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't want to get ambushed by a bunch of guys shooting at you, and your powder's like mud. How would you use it, Grandpa?
Well, you got a little measurer. It's like a little metal cup. You pour the powder into it, and then you pour the powder into the musket. Put your wad in, which is a piece of cotton. Put the ball in and ram it home.
Back in the day, everybody used horns like this to carry gunpowder. Since they're naturally waterproof and hollow inside, it's like nature provided the perfect tool.
It's very unique. It's got good carvings. A lot of this stuff, even back in the day, was made as a decoration.
Okay.
I like how it has the pseudo-eagle claw on the bottom of it.
That's
This
a
is
nice
probably
design.
Before 1800.
Yeah.
This is a federal motif. The federal party went away in about 1804, 1805.
What are you looking to get out of it, my man?
I think it's worth about $4,000.
I ain't paying 4,000, Corey.
Do you have any paperwork or anything with it?
I don't, because it was in a satchel in a garage sale that I picked up with a Union jacket.
You still got the Union jacket?
No, I have already disposed of that son of a gun.
I've sold powder horns for tens of thousands of dollars, but I've also seen them go for chump change. This one's got a nice age to it, so it is valuable, just not valuable enough to break the bank. Yeah, 4,000's a little strong, buddy. I'm more in the $1,100–1,200 range.
Ooh. How about 3,000?
No.
How about 1,500?
That kills me, 1,500. If you see the workmanship, wasn't an amateur that carved
It definitely
And
looks
if it
like
wasn't this
high
nice, I
quality
would've
for
offered you
sure.
$40.
I understand.
And come on, give me a better number, buddy.
How about 2,500?
I can't go any higher than 15, man. I really can't.
That's a shame. I really wanted to sell it, but I can't part with it for that price. So.
All right, well, have a good day.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your
Have a
time.
good day.
Good to
He
see
does
you, sir.
occasionally stand on business, this guy. I can respect that.
16?
1,650?
1,600. You're breaking me at that point.
Got a deal.
All right, deal.
He folded for an
Otherwise,
extra
yeah.
100. He folded for an extra
The
100. Okay.
$1,600 is a lot lower than I really wanted to get, but I've been around long enough. I know how to negotiate pretty well.
Howdy.
Hey, how's it going?
I was wondering if you could take a look at that for me.
Red Rock Cola. Where did you get this?
What is Red
I
Rock
bought it at a
Cola?
garage sale.
What do you think, son?
Babe
What did they tell
Ruth.
you when you bought it at the garage sale?
It was an older lady, and she was not sure if it was real. She thought maybe it was a reproduction, but it looks old to me. It smells old.
What does old smell like?
Stale.
I respect Babe Ruth. Unfortunately, he was a Yankee. That's his only fault. I don't really know how much the poster's worth. I'd love to get a couple $1,000s, but I'd go as low as $100 on it.
I feel the same way. I'm not a
It
passionate
says
baseball
it's the
fan, but I'm a
finest cola
Mets
drink
fan.
I ever
And
tasted.
so Yankees,
Red Rock Cola,
yeah,
5
they can
cents.
stay on that side.
Sweet. Babe Ruth endorsed a lot of things. A lot of tobacco ads. I know he did pipe tobacco, he did cigars, I think he did cigarettes too.
Man was
I don't know
trying to
what it is
make
about
money.
Sports guys, they've just always endorsed things. Joe DiMaggio was a great baseball player, but there was a whole generation of people just knew him as Mr. Coffee. At the peak of Babe Ruth's career, he was endorsing all kinds of products.
It's like Shaq
But believe it
in
or
modern
not, it had
days.
nothing to do with the Baby Ruth candy bar. The candy company claimed that it was named after President Cleveland's daughter, Ruth. Hey, they got away with it. So what made you pick it up? You're a Babe Ruth fan, a Red Rock Cola fan? You thought you hit the Holy Grail?
Definitely not a Yankees fan. I'm from Minnesota, Twins fan. The Yankees have killed the Twins the last 4 times we've made the playoffs.
So do you think this is the curse of the Twins right here?
You know, I'm willing to try anything.
Okay. How much do you want for it?
2,000.
2,000 is not going to happen. A lot of these were made. Okay, just imagine how excited Red Rock Cola was when they got Babe Ruth to endorse their product. They're just not going to make a few of things. They're going to make a gazillion of them. I don't
300?
see $2,000 worth of rarity there at all. I see $400 worth of rarity.
Grand?
I see $400. That's as much as I'm willing to risk.
450?
$400. I'm taking a gamble on it. How much did you pay for it by chance?
$20.
I'd take whatever you were offered for it, man.
So $20, man.
All right, I'll take it.
All right,
That's
just bring it right up to the front
he's
counter and I'll
making.
take care of it.
Isn't that making 20 times as much
This
as
guy
what he
bought the
paid? Yeah,
poster at a
20 times
garage
20.
sale for $20. He ended up doing pretty well.
He squared
I'm
it.
the one taking
He
the risk here.
squared his what
But
he
in my
paid.
experience, it's a pretty sure thing with Babe Ruth.
What do you got, man?
Let's see what's in the box. Yes,
That is an old X-ray machine.
very old.
Oh wow,
Can I see this thing in action?
X-ray machine.
Oh, no,
That's
no, no,
pretty
no.
cool.
I don't think I'd even think about plugging this in.
I'm sure the guy who operated it back then didn't live a very long life.
I'm sure everyone's glowing.
Yeah.
I came down to the pawn shop today to sell a 100-year-old X-ray unit I found at a garage sale. The problem is with these old X-ray units, there's a lot of radiation. My wife said I had to get rid of it. I'm hoping to sell it today. I'm going to be asking for 800. I probably would settle on 400.
What you have here is real interesting. I know it was invented by a German scientist in like the 1890s. The guy literally used his wife as a guinea pig. It really changed medicine and dentistry forever. I mean, it was the first time we could actually look inside of somebody, and took a lot of the guesswork out. Before this, the only way you could really see inside of somebody is if you cut them open.
Open them up.
The invention of the X-ray machine is one of the most important medical discoveries ever. For the first time, doctors were really able to inspect internal injuries and detect disease.
Not gonna lie, the majority of the time that I even say X-ray at all is if I'm speaking phonetically and being like X as in X-ray. Other than that, I don't have much use for them.
It's a cool reminder of just how far the industry has come. So how's this thing work?
It's really cool.
Doesn't work,
This bulky thing is what you take the pictures with, and you put it down. Somebody would do the setting, get it, but then somebody has to hold this and go right up to their face.
Yeah, let's move that away from me. Might want to have kids one day.
No problem.
So, what do you want to do with it, my man?
I'd like to sell it.
Okay, what are you looking to get out of it?
I'd like $800.
You know, man, as cool as it is, I don't see a real market for it.
Right,
think a lot of
yeah, I
people
can see a
actually be
problem
afraid
with
to
that.
have it in their house, honestly.
Yeah. The
I'd do
harmful
like $100
rays.
for it.
He's looking
$100.
400 at the
I'll
lowest,
go
he
to
said.
400.
Oh, 150, man.
150. Why don't we settle on 2?
All right, you got a deal. Chum, you want to write them up?
It would have been nice to have the 400, but again, when I
Chumley
picked it up
always
in a
gets the
garage
writing
sale,
up,
I'm happy with 200. Whoever ends up with
part
it,
of the
never plug
bargain.
it in unless you're behind a lead wall.
Come to the world famous silver and gold garage sale.
So they're doing a
Silver and
garage
gold
sale
garage
this
sale.
time.
Pretty good, huh? You got anything you want to get rid of? If you want to sell some stuff at my garage sale, you guys can come put it right on the table.
Yeah, I know what I got. I think it's a letter from my lawyer about trademark infringement.
There's no trademark infringement here. You guys are world famous gold,
Gold and silver. He's
I'm
silver
world
and
famous silver and gold.
So how many flyers did you print out with my copier?
Well, I was gonna print a full sleeve of paper, but the ink ran out, so I only got half a sleeve done.
You used all the ink.
Ink.
Well, the color takes a lot more than black and white.
Oh my God.
All right, well, I'm gonna go set these by the front door, get some traffic coming through.
And we're advertising his garage sale now.
The kid's showing initiative. Leave him alone.
I got to admit, he actually did some work on the flyer. It's got a map and everything.
The big day is finally here.
Oh,
Having
wrestlers.
my garage sale, getting rid of all the stuff I've
Those are some
accumulated
old,
over
like,
the last
1980s
year. It's gonna
wrestlers.
be real nice.
I saw Iron
Sell these
Sheik in
aside?
there.
I'll give you the fly swatter for free if you buy those, man.
Really?
Yeah. Let's pitch you 75.
Oh, Tin Man.
Rick,
Is that a
Rick,
picture of
Rick,
Chumley?
What are you doing here?
Figured I'd stop by and look at your yard sale.
Well, I hope you're here to buy something because I don't really have a lot of time to be talking to someone who's not a customer.
Okay. Hey, these are cool.
Yeah, wrestling, 1980s.
Oh, we got
Did you know, like, wrestling
Junkyard Dog.
basically started on television in the 1950s? It was like,
Wasn't wrestling in the Olympics for hundreds of years?
well, I'm talking this kind of wrestling.
yeah, pro wrestling.
In the
Hulk Hogan,
1980s,
Mean
these guys
Gene.
just exploded. I mean, Hulk Hogan, he was a straight-up rock star.
Don't try to wooze me with all this wrestling information, Rick. I know what you're trying to do here.
That's
What am I trying to do?
Hillbilly Jim, I think.
You're dealing with the master, Rick. I practically taught you everything you know. You can't come into my yard sale and lowball me.
I'm not trying to lowball you. I'm just trying to educate you on your product.
Anyways, if you want these, it's gonna be 50 bucks. Take it or leave it.
And it comes with the ring?
Well, since you are in love with them, I would say
I'm not in love with them. They just have a really neat history.
take the ring. Pay up.
Fine, 50 bucks. Here you go.
That's pretty fair, honestly.
Never mind. I was gonna give him like 100
For the
bucks for his
vintage
little
factor of
wrestler
it.
guys, but you know what? With Chubb's attitude, I'm more than happy to pay him the 50 bucks. Hey, what can I help you with?
I got this cannon, toy cannon, I think. I was curious. I'd kind of like to see what it's worth and maybe try to sell it.
That's a pretty sweet toy. Can you imagine terrorizing your sister's Barbie collection with this bad boy? Throw a G.I. Joe on top and just right in.
Fire in the hole! I decided to come to the pawn shop today. I found this miniature cannon at a garage sale and wanted to bring it over and possibly sell it. If it's worth some money,
Cannon, huh?
you know, why not take the money and run?
Where in the world did you get this?
Garage sale?
Do you know anything about it, or?
No, the people said it was in their family. They didn't want it anymore. And
Okay.
every now and then I go around to these things and it just looked really cool. And I thought I'd pick it up. Thought my kids would get a kick out of it as something to have around the house.
I think it's really old. Those are hand-cut threads right there, which means probably before the 1830s, 1840s.
Wow, that's pretty old.
All the wood is oak.
What's the
and
market
got
for
me
this
intrigued
one,
here,
though?
This is real bronze right here.
Oh, wow.
And something this old made out of bronze was expensive. Bronze was not cheap. It was expensive metal, and it's hard to work with. There's certain things I can tell you about this just by looking at it. How and when it was made, that it was expensive, and that I've never seen one before. But that doesn't put me in a great position to make a smart buy. So what do you want to do with it?
If it's worth something, then I know what I paid for it, so I may sell it.
You know, I have no idea what it's worth, and I need to know how old it is. Those are my two big concerns with the thing. It looks like a toy to me, but it's also like a gun. And I'm just trying to figure out who I should call. If I should call a really old gun expert, or should I call a really old toy expert?
Whichever's going to give me the most value.
Let me call somebody and figure out
I like the way
if
you
anybody
think.
knows anything about this, and I'll try and get him in here tomorrow. Would that be good with you?
Sure, that's great.
Let's get
All right,
it.
thanks a lot.
Let's
Thanks
see
so
what we
much.
got.
This thing is
Gonna
really
go
neat,
with
but I
the
need to know what it is for sure
gun
before I make an offer.
expert.
So I need to make some phone calls and get someone down here to take a look at it. Well, this is it. It looks old.
Awesome. I own Tortuga Trading Incorporated, and I specialize in antique arms and armor. Just when you think you've seen it all, something else comes into play and just blows everything else out of the water. So where did you get this?
Garage sale.
You got this at a garage sale?
Yeah, thought my kids would get a real kick out of having something like this as a toy.
This is definitely not a toy. It may look like a toy, but it's not. This little cannon can pack the same punch as a pistol or a musket. If you were on the business end of one of these things, it would definitely kill you. Actually,
wow.
this dates to the 18th century. And just the form of the barrel, and especially being it of bronze, this is literally a miniature cannon barrel. This was more for
It's not a
instruction.
toy.
It would be like a military officer trying to teach his kids the principles about firing a cannon.
So this would be like a lesson point where you can teach me how to use a big cannon from learning.
Exactly. And, you know, the other part of this is that these were really loud noisemakers. So sometimes even on shipboard, they would have signal cannons. We don't know where this was used, but it could have been used on a ship as a signal gun.
So you think this thing will fire?
We need to really look at it closely beforehand, but I don't see why not.
Okay. And what do you think it's worth?
You know, everything looks great. It looks all authentic. There's hardly any restoration. I mean, there's maybe a newer screw put in there, but very, very minor. I'm going to say in the ballpark of probably 2,000 and up.
Okay.
You know, this is just a really wonderful thing. This
You gonna
gives
try to
guys
get
like me
1,000
hope
for it?
that there's still stuff out there that can be
1,000,
found.
1,200.
Thanks for coming in, Sean. I really appreciate it.
No problem.
When the expert said it was worth $2,000, I was like, cha-ching, I can't believe that. I've paid $50 for this thing.
Right?
Okay, so what do you want to do with it? You want to pawn it or to sell it?
No, I want to sell it.
So how much you want for this thing?
Well, I mean, Sean said 2,000. I mean, I'd like to get 1,500 for it.
I'm not going to go 1,500 bucks.
Let's start at 8.
I'm thinking more like 700 bucks. I mean, this thing's going to sit around a long, long time before I sell it.
You don't know that. I mean, I understand it may sit, but it may not, too.
I got to resell this thing, and it's not something that just people walk in here every day wanting.
Right. Yeah, it's very niche. Go 12. Go 12.
What's the best you think you could do?
The best I'm going to do is 800 bucks.
Work them up to 1,000.
That's good. I mean, I paid $50 for it. That's a hell of a return.
All right.
That's
All right.
Okay. 800 bucks. I'm going to go write them up.
Let's go write this stuff over there, man.
Great, thanks.
Rick, we gotta go test this thing out.
I'm really glad I bought this antique cannon.
Go
It's
use
gonna
that on
look
the
great in a
wrestlers.
display case. And eventually, I think I'm going to get a really good price for it. And if I can actually get it to fire, it might even be worth more.
Remember, these things were instructional devices. And, you know, even
We
though
got
it looks
about
like
one
a
more
toy,
left.
it really isn't. This will definitely kill you if you were on the business end of it. So it's not something to take lightly.
Okay.
Don't let the size fool you.
Oh, this is the same toy.
This thing could cause some serious damage. You're gonna load this thing up. Gonna put
Well, not
about
toy,
50
cannon.
grains of black powder in here.
50 grains?
50 grains. Then the projectile. We're gonna
Uh-oh.
load it down, pack it in good. Then we're gonna put a little bit of priming powder on the touch hole. And then I'm gonna use this as a lens stock like they did in the day and have a burning fuse on the end. Gives me some distance just to be on the safe side.
All right.
So when I touch this thing off, we need to be far away. Because
Okay.
this thing hasn't been fired in, you know, who knows how long.
I got to admit, I'm a little nervous. I just hope it doesn't
Of
fall on our
course,
faces.
like.
Okay, guys, here we go.
Oh, nice. Sick.
That was
So what do you
great.
think?
Definitely not for kids, Sean.
Absolutely not.
Or chums.
I think I proved myself by now.
That's
Thanks a lot,
so
Sean.
cool.
It was a blast.
Absolutely, anytime.
Thank you.
This thing is amazing. Who knew this little thing could pack such a wallop?
That was a lot of fun, that video. Those rare, amazingly rare actually, garage sale finds, and so that's a video that definitely makes you reconsider your frequency of attending garage sales. I know it did for me, because you never know what you're gonna find there. I mean, it could be a bunch of dust, obviously, but with a chance to get, like some of these people did, like a couple $1,000, even a couple $100 off of paying like $10, $20, $30, you know, that's what's up, man. That is so cool. Had a lot of fun with that one. I enjoyed that little cannon at the end too, that experiment. That was nice to see. If you guys have any other videos that you want to see me react to, of course, let me know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, and consider clicking the subscribe button if you're a fan of my reactions. I will see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.